Behind the wheel of some of the rarest sleeper cars lies performance that will leave you speechless. These unassuming rides pack a punch, proving that looks can be deceiving regarding raw power. Number 8. 1993 Oldsmobile Achieva SCX. First, the 1993 Oldsmobile Achieva SCX is a shining example of how a seemingly ordinary car can hide extraordinary performance. With only 500 units made, this car is a rare masterpiece in the world of performance vehicles. At first glance, it looked like a regular commuter car, but under the hood it was something completely different. An absolute powerhouse, hiding in plain sight. The Achieva SCX was equipped with a naturally aspirated inline-4 engine. It had a displacement of 138 cubic inches and produced 185 horsepower along with 160 pound-feet of torque. That's a significant boost over the standard Achieva, which only made 175 horsepower. This extra power came from a better exhaust system, improved camshafts, and a remapped electronic control unit, ECU, that raised the redline to 7,200 revolutions per minute, giving it more rev potential. To make sure this extra power was put to good use, Oldsmobile paired the engine with a specially tuned 5-speed manual transmission. This helped the car achieve faster acceleration, and it was a joy to drive on any road. The Achieva SCX could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 6.8 seconds. For those keeping track, that's fast for a car of its size and era. It could also finish a quarter-mile run in 15.3 seconds and reach a top speed of 139 miles per hour. Not bad for a car that didn't look like it could keep up with some of the more aggressive sports cars of its time. But it wasn't just about performance. The design had some sporty touches that set it apart from the regular Achieva. The SCX featured modified front and rear bumpers, unique side cladding, and a speedometer that went up to 140 miles per hour. All these details made it look a bit sportier without screaming for attention. Another thing that made the Achieva SCX stand out was its weight. Weighing in at just 2,738 pounds, it was a lightweight for its class. This helped the car feel agile and responsive on the road, making it a real joy to drive. It's a true sleeper because while it didn't look like a high-performance machine, once you hit the gas, it proved its worth. The Achieva SCX wasn't just another version of the regular Oldsmobile Achieva. It was a high-performance version of the SC model, and it took what was already a solid car and gave it a serious performance upgrade. In fact, it replaced the older Cutlass Cali 442W41 in Oldsmobile's lineup, becoming the best-handling, most powerful compact car the brand offered at the time. The SCX also had some unique styling elements that helped it stand out. These included a deeper front bumper cover with fog lamps, lower body cladding, a rear bumper cover with dual exhaust tips, and special W41 silver-colored stripes along the body. There were also W41 decals on the front fenders and Achieva SCX badges on the doors, marking it as something special. When you look at the 1993 Oldsmobile Achieva SCX, it's clear that this is one of the rarest sleeper cars you can find. With only 500 units ever made, it's a rare piece of automotive history. It's the perfect example of how a car can fly under the radar while still delivering incredible performance. Number 7. 1992 Dodge Spirit RT. Next up, the 1992 Dodge Spirit RT deserves a spot on the list. With only 191 units ever made, this car is an incredibly rare find. At first glance, it looks like a plain, boxy four-door sedan that you'd never think twice about. But hidden beneath that unassuming exterior is some serious performance. The Spirit RT was powered by a turbocharged inline-4 engine with a displacement of 134.6 cubic inches. This wasn't just any engine. It was developed with help from some big names in the car world, including Maserati, Lotus, and even famous race car driver Hans Hermann. The result? A turbocharged powerhouse that churned out 224 horsepower and 217 pound-feet of torque. This made the Spirit RT one of the fastest four-door sedans of its time. It wasn't just the engine that made this car special. The Spirit RT earned the nickname fastest American-built four-door sedan of the day, and the performance numbers definitely backed that up. It could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 6.4 seconds, complete a quarter mile in a mere 15 seconds, and hit a top speed of 140 miles per hour. Not bad for a front-wheel drive car weighing 3,089 pounds. A big part of its sleeper appeal was the 5-speed manual transmission that helped make the most of that turbocharged power. This made the Spirit RT capable of keeping pace with a BMW M5 from the same era, which is impressive for a car that looked like your average family sedan. The Dodge Spirit itself was produced between 1989 and 1995, and it was marketed as a mid-size car that sat between the Shadow and the Dynasty in Dodge's lineup. Unlike some of its predecessors, it was only offered as a four-door sedan. It was built on the Chrysler AA platform, a longer version of the Chrysler K platform, which was shared across different Chrysler brands like Plymouth and Chrysler itself. In Europe, the Spirit was sold under the name Chrysler Saratoga. Inside, the Spirit had space for 6 passengers, with an optional front split bench seat, making it comfortable for families. The car featured a solid beam rear axle and a McPherson strut front suspension. It was a straightforward design, but thanks to the RT model's performance upgrades, it had that sleeper edge, making it a fun and surprising car to drive. Even though the 1992 Dodge Spirit RT didn't look flashy, it was one of the rarest sleeper cars you could find. With its rarity and impressive performance, it's definitely a hidden gem in the world of cars. Number 6. 1990 Mercury Cougar XR7. The 1990 Mercury Cougar XR7 with a 5-speed manual definitely deserves a mention. Only 841 of these manual transmission coupes were produced, making it an incredibly rare find. On the outside, the Cougar XR7 looked like a classy luxury cruiser with sharp and professional styling. But underneath all that, it had performance capabilities that would surprise anyone who thought it was just a comfortable ride. Under the hood, the Cougar XR7 was powered by a 231 cubic inch supercharged V6 engine. This engine produced an impressive 210 horsepower and 315 pound-feet of torque. Paired with rear-wheel drive and fully independent suspension, the Cougar XR7 was ready for more than just smooth cruising. It was made to be fun on the road, too. The numbers really show what this car could do. The XR7 could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 7.7 seconds, complete a quarter mile in 15.8 seconds, and hit a top speed of 139 miles per hour. For comparison, that's the same quarter-mile time as the 1991 Aston Martin Virage, which was a much more expensive British exotic. The Cougar XR7 weighed in at 3,803 pounds, so it wasn't the lightest car, but it still felt lively thanks to its supercharged engine and well-tuned suspension. The 5-speed manual transmission, which was rarer than the 4-speed automatic option, made the driving experience even more engaging for those who liked being more involved behind the wheel. What made this car really interesting was its balance of comfort and performance. The Cougar XR7 used a platform called the MN12, which delivered a smooth and powerful ride thanks to features like 4-wheel independent suspension and automatic ride control. This suspension was adjustable, allowing you to switch to a firm setting for better cornering or keep it in auto mode for a smoother, more comfortable ride. Another cool feature was the Cougar's active suspension system, which would automatically adjust to provide the best handling or ride quality depending on the situation. For instance, if the car encountered a higher load, like a sharp turn, it would automatically switch to the firmer setting to maintain stability. The independent suspension helped the Cougar maintain excellent handling even at high speeds, offering a neutral driving experience that was well-balanced. In the world of sleeper cars, the 1990 Mercury Cougar XR7 is a rare marvel. At first glance, it might have looked like a luxury sedan, but it was secretly packed with performance features that made it a joy to drive. With its rarity, refined style, and sporty performance, it's a sleeper car that's definitely worth remembering. Number 5. 1995 Ford Thunderbird SC. The 1995 Ford Thunderbird Super Coupe SC is a true masterpiece when it comes to rare sleeper cars. With only 574 manual transmission units made, this car might look like a comfortable cruiser, but it's got a serious performance side hiding underneath that sleek exterior. At the heart of the Thunderbird SC was a 231 cubic inch supercharged V6 engine. This engine delivered an impressive 230 horsepower and 330 pound-feet of torque, making the Thunderbird SC more than just a smooth ride. It was built to move. The engine was enhanced with larger inlets for its Eaton M90 Roots-type supercharger, upgraded fuel injectors, and a compression ratio of 8.6 to 1, giving it the power to thrill on the road. The 5-speed manual transmission made the Thunderbird SC even more fun to drive. With these upgrades, this sleeper car could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 6.7 seconds, finish a quarter mile in 15.3 seconds, and hit a top speed of 145 miles per hour. Not bad for a car weighing 3,759 pounds. Built on the FN10 platform, which it shared with the Lincoln Mark VIII, the Thunderbird SC had a smooth ride, combined with exciting performance. It featured a 4-wheel independent suspension, with a setup that included short and long arms and spring struts in the front, along with multiple links in the rear. This suspension system offers excellent handling and ride quality, making it a comfortable cruiser that is also agile when you push it. The 1995 Ford Thunderbird SC was designed to blend refinement with performance. While its styling didn't shout speed, the power under the hood told a completely different story. This car is a prime example of a sleeper, elegant and understated, yet packed with power that surprised anyone who didn't know what it could. Number 4. 1999 Ford Taurus SHO. When it comes to rare sleeper cars, the 1999 Ford Taurus SHO definitely stands out. With only 3,300 units produced, this third-generation Taurus SHO was a surprise in the world of performance cars. While it looked like a typical family sedan, this car had a secret under the hood that would catch anyone off guard. Under the hood, the 1999 Taurus SHO was equipped with a 207.5 cubic inch naturally aspirated V8 engine, co-developed with Yamaha. This engine delivered a solid 235 horsepower and 230 pound-feet of torque. That meant the SHO could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 7.3 seconds, complete a quarter mile in 15.4 seconds, and reach a top speed of 145 miles per hour. For a family sedan, those were impressive numbers. The third-generation SHO looked different from its predecessors. While earlier models had a boxy design, this one featured a curvier, more modern body shape. Some people weren't as fond of the new look, but it helped the SHO blend in more with regular Taurus models, giving it that sleeper car appeal. To set it apart from the standard Taurus, Ford made some subtle changes: unique alloy wheels, sportier seats, revised bumpers, and even a wind deflector on the driver's side windshield wiper to help maintain aerodynamics at high speeds. And at a curb weight of 3,327 pounds, the 1999 Taurus SHO wasn't the lightest car, but its V8 engine and smooth 4-speed automatic transmission gave it plenty of power. The combination of performance and the understated design made it a sleeper car that could surprise people at a stoplight. One of the key features of the SHO was its V8 engine, which made it the only Taurus generation to offer this level of power. While the SHO's design was less radical compared to previous models, it still had enough unique touches to make it stand out subtly. The third-generation SHO was more refined and built with a focus on a balance of performance and everyday usability. Although production numbers were lower for this model, peaking at just 3,300 units, it remains one of the rarest and most intriguing sleepers Ford ever produced. The 1999 Ford Taurus SHO proves that a family sedan doesn't have to look fast to be fast. With its rare V8 engine and understated appearance, it's the perfect example of a sleeper car, quietly powerful and ready to surprise when you least expect it. Number 3, 1992 GMC Typhoon. When talking about rare sleeper cars, the 1992 GMC Typhoon is a standout. With only 2,200 units produced, this high-performance SUV is a true gem that often flies under the radar. On the outside, it looks like a simple, boxy SUV, but what's hiding under the hood is something else entirely. The Typhoon was powered by a 262 cubic inches turbocharged V6 engine. This powerhouse delivered 280 horsepower and a massive 350 pound-feet of torque, thanks to a Mitsubishi TD06 17C turbocharger. With components borrowed from GMC's 5.3-liter V8, the Typhoon was built to perform. Despite weighing in at 3,823 pounds, this SUV could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 6.4 seconds and finish a quarter mile in 15.1 seconds. It even had a top speed of 133 miles per hour, unheard of for an SUV in the early 90s. What really made the Typhoon stand out was its two-door design. It was rugged, but not flashy. No bold design elements screamed performance car. Instead, it had subtle touches like unique cladding and sporty wheels. This low-key styling made the Typhoon a perfect sleeper car. Most people wouldn't guess that it was capable of Ferrari-like speed. Performance wasn't just about speed, it was a well-rounded package. The Typhoon used a full-time four-wheel drive system with a center differential and a viscous coupling that split the torque 35-65 front to rear. Its four-speed automatic transmission ensured smooth power delivery to the wheels. It also had large brakes with anti-lock control, so stopping was just as impressive as accelerating. The GMC Typhoon didn't just accelerate quickly, it was fast in every sense. It could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 6.3 seconds, which was faster than many sports cars at the time. It could complete the quarter mile in just 15.1 seconds. And while its top speed was electronically limited to 133 miles per hour, that's still incredibly fast for an SUV. The Typhoon proved that SUVs didn't just have to be about utility. They could also be fast, thrilling, and capable of surprising anyone who underestimated them. Its rare production numbers and incredible performance make it one of the ultimate sleeper cars of the 90s, a true testament to the potential hidden under the surface. Number 2, 1995, Ford F-150 SVT Lightning. The 1995 Ford F-150 SVT Lightning is one of the rarest sleeper trucks from the 90s. With only 2,280 units produced, this performance pickup was Ford's answer to the GMC Cyclone, offering serious power wrapped in the unassuming body of a regular F-150. It looked like your typical work truck, but it was anything but. At the heart of the Lightning was a 351 cubic inches Windsor V8 engine. This engine wasn't just any V8. It featured GT40 heads, intake and exhaust manifolds for better airflow, and aluminum alloy pistons that were designed to resist thermal expansion. All of this combined to produce 240 horsepower and 340 pound-feet of torque. With a 4-speed automatic transmission and a 4.10 axle ratio, the Lightning could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 7.6 seconds and finish the quarter mile in 15.6 seconds. Is it top speed? 110 miles per hour. Impressive for a truck that weighed 3,886 pounds. While its performance was remarkable, the Lightning didn't shout about it. The truck still looked like a standard F-150, with simple styling that made it blend in. It had a color-matched grille, bumpers, and chunky 17-inch wheels that gave it a sporty look without being too flashy. The short bed and single cab kept the proportions just right, and the lowered suspension gave it an aggressive stance. It was a true sleeper, looking like a workhorse, but capable of far more. Ford didn't stop with just the engine. They brought in Formula One legend Jackie Stewart to help with the truck's handling. The Lightning received modified shocks, thicker anti-roll bars, and even some extra bracing in the chassis to make sure it could handle its newfound power. The result was a truck that not only went fast in a straight line, but also handled corners better than you'd expect for something built for tough jobs. The F-150 SVT Lightning's performance and handling made it stand out, and its rarity only adds to its appeal. With less than 1% of all F-Series trucks produced being Lightnings, it's a rare find. And despite its performance capabilities, it's still a practical truck that can handle everyday tasks. Prices for low-mileage examples are rising, but there are still deals to be found. The Lightning is tough, reliable, and ready for a few upgrades if you want to make it even faster. It's a sleeper that deserves a place in any car enthusiast's collection. Number 1. 1994 to 1996. Buick Roadmaster Wagon. The 1994 to 1996 Buick Roadmaster Wagon is a rare sleeper car that doesn't get nearly enough attention. With only 90,700 units made during those 3 years, it's a hidden gem from the era of full-size American sedans. At first glance, it might look like just a typical station wagon, but under the hood, it's got some serious muscle. Powered by a 350 cubic inches V8 engine, the Roadmaster delivers 260 horsepower and 335 pound-feet of torque. It's not the fastest car out there, but it can still reach a top speed of 139 miles per hour and go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 8.6 seconds. That's pretty impressive for a full-size wagon that was mostly used for family trips and cargo hauling. What makes the Roadmaster even more interesting is the kind of people who bought it. Unlike the Chevrolet Caprice, which was often used by police or as fleet vehicles, the Roadmaster was typically purchased by families and retirees who took good care of it. These wagons were often loaded with options, and because they weren't subjected to rough use, many of them are still in great shape today. That makes the Buick Roadmaster wagon a rare find that still delivers a smooth ride with plenty of power. It's easy to overlook the Roadmaster's understated looks, but that's exactly what makes it such a good sleeper car. While it may look like just another family wagon, it has a powerful engine that surprises anyone who doesn't know what's under the hood. Plus, its spacious interior and smooth ride make it a comfortable daily driver, even for those who appreciate a little extra power. The Buick Roadmaster wagon is one of the last of the full-size V8-powered land yachts that were popular in the 90s. Although it hasn't really caught fire with collectors yet, it has a loyal following on social media, and some people even see it as a hip alternative to today's SUVs. You can still find a 1994 model in good condition for as little as $3,000 at some used car dealers, making it an affordable way to own a rare and surprising sleeper car. The world of rare sleeper cars is full of surprises, where unassuming designs hide serious power. Which of these rare sleepers caught your eye, or do you have another favorite that deserves the spotlight? Let us know. What's your pick for the rarest sleeper car?